This is a video to help you understand why might your New Year's resolution not be permanent, right? Why you don't keep your New Year's resolution going if you're someone who likes to create New Year's resolutions, or if you're someone who is interested in using the New Year's this New Year's energy to change. What what will help you stay the course on continuing on your journey to change, right? And it doesn't have to always, this video isn't just about New Year's. It could just be about anytime you decide to change your mindset, change yourself, right? Change the way you approach things, change your habits, right? But this is just specifically about New Year's, right? Using the energy of New Year's, using the energy of having a New Year's resolution, right? If you're someone who likes to use the New Year's energy to make New Year's resolution. First and foremost, let's go over what resolution is, right? Resolution means, right? I like to go over the meanings of words because the meaning of words holds a certain energy. So, what does resolution mean? Resolution means to solve something, right? To go through with something, to change something, right? So, what exactly are you changing? What exactly are you solving? What exactly do you want to solve? Ask yourself that, right? It, do you want to change your external environment? Do you want to solve a problem that you are having with yourself? Do you want to solve a conflict? Do you want to solve an addiction you have? Do you want to change your habits? Do you want to go to the gym? Do you want to improve your body? Ask yourself what you want to solve, what you want to resolve, what you want to change. Ask yourself these questions before you tell yourself that you want to change, right? Well, it's easier to go into depth into things because it sticks, right? If we want to change something, we want to stick to it. If we want to stick to what we want to become, what we want to see, what we want to be. We have to stick to it. So in order to stick to it, we have to go into the depths of things. So understanding what resolution is and understanding what that means to you, because it is all about what it means to you, right? Now I want to get into why, the first reason why you might give up on your resolution. The first reason why you might give up on your resolution, the first reason why you don't go through change, the first reason why people don't go through change, the first reason why people are afraid of change, right? They hit a struggle, right? And what is that struggle? The struggle could be many different things. The struggle can be external. Something happened in the external world that affects you somehow, some way, shape, or form, right? And I'm not judging you if you give up on your change or not, but we all have our tolerances, right? No judgment, right? And it could be anything that could change our path towards the change that we want to become, right? The struggle, it's the struggle from the external world. The second thing is the struggle of the internal. This is most important. This is where I'm going to emphasize in this video, because it is always 99% internal. Okay. If you watch my videos, right? or the more you watch my videos, the more I'm going to emphasize that the external world is just a mirror of your internal world. Always. It's always about your internal world, right? And so when you say I like when you come to a point where you give up on your New Year's resolutions, right? Or you give up on the change that you want to become, right? Or you give up on the problem you want to solve, it is always it is always about your internal state. When you have that mindset that it's always about your internal state, then you have more accountability. You hold more accountability on yourself. You hold more responsibility on yourself. And when you hold more responsibility and accountability on yourself, it's going to help you. It's going to help you and propel you to become the person you want to be. It's going to help you and propel you to manifest what you want to manifest. It's going to help you manifest your New Year's resolution, right? That's all. That's what helps you become the person you want to be, having accountability on yourself, having a responsibility for yourself. Why do some people have hold accountability on themselves, and why do some people hold responsibility for themselves? They have a foundation. Okay, when you come towards a struggle, when you come towards something that a resistance, let's just say resistance within yourself, that okay, sometimes you don't want to wake up early to go to the gym, you don't want to eat the right foods, you want to eat some junk food, and or you continue a certain habit, or you want to continue a certain addiction that you always wanted to change. You need a foundation. You need a foundation to fall back on. Most people do not have a foundation these days. You need a foundation. That's the reason why you cannot go through with change. A foundation is going to is a foundation helps you feel safe. Okay, when you go through change, you're going to face struggle against that change. You're going to go through resistance against that change. That resistance might come from the inside of you, which most of the time it does. And sometimes the resistance comes from the external. Like I said, the struggles come from external environment. Okay, whatever it may be, right? But first and foremost, it comes from the internal, because you need a foundation to help you go through those resistances, right? That foundation comes from within. The foundation comes from within. When you know yourself completely, any resistance to yourself that comes from within, you will understand it. And when you understand it, you will know when it's coming, and you'll know how to get around it. You'll know how to get over that obstacle to the point where it's not an obstacle anymore, right? Also, when you have a foundation of understanding yourself, knowing yourself, right? You'll understand how to move through obstacles in the external world. Whatever the world throws at you, whatever the external world throws at you, whatever struggles that come from the external world that comes towards you, whatever obstacles that comes towards you, you will know how to maneuver through it to the point where they will not be obstacles anymore, right? So you need a foundation where you feel safe to fall back on. You feel safe to fall. You feel safe to be emotional. You feel safe to just not do certain things. You feel safe to take a break from your New Year's resolution, right? You're not going to give up on your New Year's resolution. What you're going to do is you're going to take a break from it. Tell yourself that. Because giving up means completely giving up on that New Year's resolution, completely giving up on that change, completely giving up on who you want to become. That is not true until you die and you leave this earth. That's when you truly give up, right? But there's no giving up. You might have there might be times where you want to give up and you tell yourself you've given up, right? But you truly haven't given up yet. You could always go back to what you want to start, what you've always started, right? So it's all about having a foundation to fall back on, feeling safe to say, I need to take a break from this resolution. I need to take a break of this change. And however long that break is for you, maybe you want to take a break for a week. Maybe you want to take a break for a day. Maybe you want to take a break for a few months. Maybe you want to take a break for a few months, like I said. Have that foundation where you could say, I'm not going to give up. I'm gonna take a break to see, to allow myself to fall back on, to give myself space to fall back on. Because a lot of times we put so much emphasis on the change that we want to see. We put too much emphasis on the external world, the change on the external world. I'm not seeing the changes. It's all about you want to see the change externally, right? This is another reason why New Year's resolutions, they break, right? It doesn't go through. It's because people want to see the change externally, right? They want to see the change externally. If they're not seeing the change externally, then they give up. Your New Year's resolution shouldn't you shouldn't put so much emphasis on what you want to change externally. Don't put so much emphasis on what you see externally, what you want to see externally. Don't put so much emphasis on that. Put more emphasis on your inner world. And if watching my videos is gonna help you do that, watch my videos, because I'm all about your inner world. Right? I'm all about the external world is a mirror of your inner world. Right? Whatever you feel inside is what you manifest outside. So tell yourself, look at your surroundings right now and ask yourself, why is my external world looking like this? It's all about what's inside of you, right? So that's part of cultivating your foundation. Cultivating your foundation is, okay, make your New Year's resolution about cultivating your foundation, which is going inside your inner world. Make your New Year's resolution about, not about change, not about solving what's outside. Okay, not about change, not about solving my problem, not about changing anything, not about changing my habits, none of that. Make your New Year's resolution about how you feel inside of you, because how you feel inside of you is going to change everything automatically. It's going to change everything. Listen to yourself, know yourself. When you listen to yourself, you're going to know yourself. Listen to the world, but listen to yourself more. Your world is going to reflect how you feel inside, but listen to yourself more, right? Go inside yourself more. Ask yourself why you feel certain way, and don't deny that feeling. But when the more you do that, do this every day. Do this every day. Before you go to sleep, ask yourself, why did I do certain things during the day? Maybe I felt a certain way during the day. That's why I did it. I acted a certain way. I behaved a certain way. I decided not to go to the gym. I decided to eat that food that's not good for me. That's part of your foundation. We're building the foundation here to fall back on. Because when you do that, you're not going to be so hard on yourself. Because when you begin to be hard on yourself and rigid of yourself, you quit. But when you allow yourself to have a foundation, you have a place to lay your head and say, I could fall here and be safe and give myself a break. Okay, I decided not to go to the gym. Why did I do that? Because I felt this way. Tomorrow, I'm going to feel different. I'm gonna feel different, and when I feel different, I'm gonna act a different way. I'm gonna behave differently. You're not always going to feel the same way. You're always gonna feel down. You're always gonna have ups and downs, right? When you understand this, you're never gonna give up. You're never gonna quit. You're always gonna build a resilience. You're always gonna allow the sadness. You're always gonna allow the quitter in you. Just allow it, and that's gonna propel you to change, because change is not forced. That's what we all get confused by. Change, you don't force change, right? Things change on their own based on how you feel inside of you. So make that your New Year's resolution. Build your foundation by by learning more about yourself. When you learn about yourself, things are going to change completely. Thank you for watching this video.